Hey guys, it's Bree here from Bree Fitness. So today I want to talk to you a little bit about starting a new gym workout routine, how to go about doing that, or at least the number one step that I think everybody should take when going to the gym for the first time or the first time in a while. I hear a lot, like, at work and just around, people say, oh, I'm going to get back into the gym, or, that kind of thing. They want to get back into shape. They want to get back into the old routines. So number one thing that I have to recommend to all of you guys out there is to learn to know your body. That's what I tell literally all of my clients this, because I think that's so important. A lot of times people will get ideas of workouts from like magazines or the internet or YouTube videos like this, and which all of that stuff can be great. It also can be something to watch out for. I think some really big things I'm really strong or opinionated about are when people try to say, this is the way to do it, having your mind like red flag go up automatically, because everybody's different. So what's right for, or what works best for one person might not be what works for the next person. There's so many factors that go into it, and it's just really important to keep your guard up when you hear that kind of stuff. That's why a lot of times in magazines or articles on the internet or newspaper or things like that can be very subjective sometimes. Like, oh, get good sleep, drink a lot of water. You just want to be, all that stuff, like I said, it has its place. It could be great, could be useful. You might learn something, but sometimes it's not very concrete and personalized to you. So what I mean by learn your body is, number one thing is what I do with my clients is have them do or go through certain stretches. And these stretches let me know if they are more tight on one side of the body than the other side, which is really, really, really beneficial to know when you start like lifting weights and things like that, because if you do have a muscular imbalance, that's not something that you want to make worse over time, because it will get worse if you ignore it. So it's something that you kind of want to nip in the bud. To give y'all an example, when I was in high school, I got rear-ended. It was like such a minor accident, no damage to my car whatsoever, or the guy's car. It was fine. The only thing is I got whiplash. Like, I didn't go to the doctor or anything. Like, I honestly, I was fine within a week. Later on though, down the road, my neck started getting really tight, my back, it was like unbearable, to the point that I'd be waking up at night. And I'm a very active person. I've been actively going to the gym for about 7 years now. So that's something, that over the course of that time can really play a toll on your body. It can really take a toll on your back, on those muscles and the bones and things like that. So the long and short of it, I had my neck vertebrae twisting sideways, my clavicle bone, like this bone right here, has some play in it, so I can actually push down on it and it'll move a little bit. And that's something that if I wasn't at the gym, if I wasn't an active individual, it could very easily go unnoticed. So that's why, like, when people say about, they talk about starting, back up in the gym and things like, doing more workouts and different things, is something so, so, so crucial and important for you to realize and recognize that those things will play a huge part in now and in the future. It's kind of complex and it's hard to explain. I'm doing my best. I'm very sorry if it's hard to follow. So just to kind of recap a little bit, 3 main areas of the body that I like to focus on: neck, and then back, all the way down your spine to like your hips. Those are the 3 main areas, because it kind of controls, it's the central nervous system area of your body. If you can find, say if one hip is really tight and the other one is not, when you run, you're going to get, pain, might get a limp because of how tight the one side would get, different things like that. If you're limping, not only are you, hindering your body while you're in the gym, but you're also hindering it as you're limping and going throughout the next couple of days. People who walk with canes on one side or a crutch on one side typically will get stronger on one side and weaker on the other side, or they'll be tight on one side and, you know, not as much on the other side. It's so important. That's like when I was working with older clients at the gym, that was such a prominent issue. It's just like, they'll say, oh yeah, back when I was blah, 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 I did blah, 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 and now, you know, I can see where that would come from. And it's like, yeah, you know, once you start thinking about it, once you start, you know, kind of realizing it or working with it or playing around with the idea that what you do now will really affect who you are tomorrow, in the later years, and then also who you were yesterday is affecting you today. So just that kind of idea that, you know, it's not just like, oh, I have a body and I can lift my arms up, so I must be good. You know, sometimes people don't have the full range of motion in one side than they do in the other side. A good way to test that specifically is lift your arm up the back and, you know, try to go up as high as you can. If one side can go up higher than the other one, you know, there's an imbalance there as far as range of motion. Same thing with the neck. If you feel like you can't move your neck or your head, excuse me, you feel like something's blocking it. It could be something with the spine. It could be something with the neck vertebrae. It could be just an issue of muscular tightness. Those things, though, is just so huge. And if you need help with, like, you know, deciphering how to maybe diagnose the different things, like, say if you message me, oh, Brie, like, I feel really tight here, feel fine here, what's some ways I can do, you know, what's some things that I can do to help stretch this out, I'm more than happy to help you. Even things like what I suffered with for a while, one of my symptoms was when I'd move my head, I would feel a stretch the whole way down my arm, and on the other side I just felt it in my neck. So things like that, then you know, okay, my arm is tight, it's not only just in my neck anymore, it's down my arm. That's the kind of stuff you want to avoid, because then that's when you know it's kind of more chronic and it's been there for a while. So it's really important to nip in the bud. Second thing I'm just going to quick mention, foam rolling is huge in aiding to relax really tense muscles. So if you find, like, say one of your hips is really tight, to know how to foam roll that out is going to be huge. I'm going to produce a video here soon, I don't know when, kind of just showing you how to do that. We have like a rolling for your back. You can do it for the hips, the quads, the IT band, your calves, the inner and outer, and the middle part of your calves. You know, so that's something that I really recommend. Go ahead and do research on it. Look into it. Look at videos. Foam roller, Walmart, Target, Sports Authority, probably like $20-$30. And they also have things called rumble rollers with like spikes on. You roll up and down, so it can help kind of get that neck, like the tension in your neck and the shoulder blades out, and it will help to alleviate that pretty much like immediately or instantaneously, and then the work that it does overall you'll see later, again with prevention of injury, alleviation of soreness, prevention of muscle soreness, different things like that. So if you guys have questions, make sure you let me know. And again, I apologize for being kind of all over the place. I've never done this like video thing before, so it's kind of weird, but hopefully you're getting something out of it. And I will see you guys next time.